The Roosters play the Bulldogs in round 16 NRL action. I'm Paul Grzadka, joined by former New South Wales Blue Josh Mansour to analyse this one. Josh, coach Trent Robinson would have to be happy with the grit and determination his side showed in defeating the Eels last week, but now with 4 players missing on Origin duty, how do they come up against a Bulldogs team that is in form and well rested after their bye?
Last time they played, they got really frustrated, and that's what the Bulldogs have been doing to most opposition teams. I think it's quite obvious that the defence has been probably the best this year.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, the Roosters have so much strike power within their arsenal. It's convenient that we've got Tedesco still playing. You've got Young on the wing as well. Joey Manu, of course. Yeah. They've got the stars to really upset the Bulldogs and win well. But there's one player I want to put under the microscope, and that's Brandon Smith. You know, he's been in the headlines for all the wrong reasons, and, you know, to repay the faith that the Roosters have given him, I feel like he has to come out with a big game, particularly for the middle. And the opportunity is there. You know, the Bulldogs have a very light pack, particularly off the bench, and I feel like the Roosters will be very heavily going through the middle this week.
Let's go to the Bulldogs now. This feels like a bit of a litmus test for them, right? Because no Stephen Crichton. No. Matt Burton does return, so he didn't make New South Wales selection this time round. It's small ball footy. You mentioned it, the small players, Coach Cameron Serrato seems to like. Can it win over that big Roosters pack?
They can. They can. Again, every single week we're faced with the same question, can they do it? They're always up against the Bulldogs, but they somehow continue to put in performances and get upset wins. They can upset the Roosters. You know, they were the better team last time they played them. Obviously, the Roosters really hurt themselves with their discipline that game, but there's one team that won't hurt themselves with discipline, that's the Bulldogs. Yeah. You know, you have to beat them. You have to be on your day to really get under the skin of the Bulldogs. I know one thing for certain, they're not going to be a team that's going to be easy to break down. You know, you've got to hold the ball, you've got to be consistent, you've got to complete high, and you've definitely got to fatigue this Bulldogs side because they'll be playing for the full 80 minutes without a doubt.
So, obviously the Dogs winning earlier in the year. Last year it was a 1-point game to the Roosters. Yep. Who are you going to tip?
I'm tipping the Roosters this time around. I think, again, the Roosters are a similar side to the Warriors. Like, they're in and about in the top 8, but they really want to finish. I think anywhere under a top 4 finish is a bit of a disappointment, in my opinion, particularly with that roster. Yeah. So the Roosters have to start putting it together. This is a good test for them, but I think they get the job done. All right, thanks, Josh.
No worries. If you want to see the match live, head to nrl.com/tickets. If you can't get to the game, you can watch it on Foxtel, Sky New Zealand or KO. Kick-off is at 5:30 p.m.